What is up, Pats Nation? It is Patriots Global here with another video, and I would ask how we are all doing today, but I think that is an obvious question. I already saw my comments blowing up. You guys already knew this video was coming. Honestly, I'm just as shocked as most of you probably are. I was just there, kind of chilling, doing my thing, living my day when I see a notification from the NFL that Rob Gronkowski has announced his retirement, and honestly, life did not feel real for a while. I was in pretty big shock. Now, if you join my live streams or even ask me in the comments, then you would know I kind of thought Rob Gronkowski was going to come back. Now, originally, with how he was playing, the cap hit he had, more so in the beginning of the season, you would also know that I said, nah, I just don't see Gronk coming back. It doesn't make sense. But then we hear how Gronk does still want to play, how Gronk wants to keep winning Super Bowls, how he's been seen around Gillette, working now, all that stuff. So then my mind kind of switched, and I was like, all right, I could see Rob Gronkowski still playing, but Patriots may be asking him to take a pay cut. Obviously, that was not the case. He has spent the past 9 seasons with the Pats. He started off a Patriot. He's ending a Patriot. And I think part of this also comes to Rob Gronkowski started to have a downfall. Believe it or not, he did. We all know that. We all saw how he was performing this past season. And you don't want to ruin your legacy. You don't want to keep playing and, be remembered as the guy that took a huge hit downhill. So kind of something like I would see with Tom Brady whenever he decides to retire is when he starts to have that down, season is when he's going to be like, all right, I'm going to cut it out because I don't want to be remembered as a downfall type of player. Gronk already went to Instagram thanking everybody, went on this huge paragraph, thanked the fans, thanked Robert Kraft, thanked his teammates, just thanked everybody. And we're going to see a new chapter of Rob Gronkowski, just not out of football. Now, what I do expect the Patriots to do is put Rob Gronkowski on the injured reserve. Now, what that does is if Rob Gronkowski decides to come out of retirement, anything like that, says, I want to play football again, as, someone like we just saw, Jason Witten. Jason Witten retired for a year and is now going back to the Cowboys. But if they put him on the injured reserve, that would basically keep his rights to the Patriots. Say he does want to come out of retirement, then he would be a Patriot. This has already been a media frenzy and is going to continue to be a media frenzy. You got SportsCenter, Tom Brady, all of his teammates in general, just literally everyone. And I mean, what can you expect from the greatest tight end in NFL history? It is said that the Patriots were informed of this when Gronk actually called Robert Kraft on Sunday on his own to inform him of his decision of retirement. Gronkowski's 79 touchdown receptions since he joined the Patriots as a second-round draft pick back in 2010 led the NFL. He had 10 or more touchdown receptions in 5 seasons, which is the most by a tight end in NFL history. In all, Gronkowski ended up playing in 115 regular season games, totaling 521 receptions for 7,861 yards, and he also played in 16 playoff games with 81 receptions for 1,163 yards and 12 touchdowns, all records for a tight end. Gronk's 12 postseason touchdown receptions are tied for second in the NFL history among all players behind that of Jerry Rice with 22. He has 4 career 100-yard receiving games in the playoffs, tying him with Vernon Davis and Kenneth Jackson for most by a tight end. We all know, like I mentioned, that this was a down year for Gronkowski. He really didn't do much when it came to being a factor in the receiving game. Now, I'm not saying he wasn't at all, so don't get me wrong. Like, there were times Gronkowski would go off. I mean, he wouldn't do anything in the next game. He would have like a 30-yard touchdown against the Jets. He is literally the reason that we won against the Chiefs the first time in the regular season. So he definitely had his dominant times, but was very inconsistent, and it seemed like he wasn't doing much compared to, especially previous seasons. But something that he did do consistently and something that the Patriots are going to have to somehow replace, which is might just be the hardest part, is his blocking. He is an elite blocker, one of the best, if not the best, in the NFL. And as we all know, the Patriots let go of Dwayne Allen. He signed with the Dolphins. Not to mention that Trent Brown also left in free agency, so the Patriots are really going to have to look to add some actual good run blockers, but also find a tight end somehow. I'm going to guess the draft, but somehow get a tight end that can godly somehow come close to what Rob Gronkowski could do. And if you aren't crying yet, let me just mention that Gronk's last catch was in the Super Bowl against the Rams, which set up the Patriots and the only touchdown of that game. Gronk has not seemed himself for a while, especially look at this season. He didn't seem happy. He didn't seem like the happy, crazy Rob Gronkowski that we all love to watch, spiking that ball hardcore, just something we did not see this season at all. Mostly, though, I believe this comes to Gronk's health. Gronk is going to be turning 30, so he isn't like old, he isn't crazy old, anything like that, but he has had a lot of injuries. He even played through injuries this season and has had a lot of serious surgeries when it comes to his back and so on and so forth. Gronk is 6'6", 268 pounds, and a very lengthy guy, so it's going to be hard to find even a guy with the correct frame to do that. Now, the Patriots did sign Matt LaCosse. He is the same height as Gronk, so at least they kind of got someone who could potentially be a threat in the passing game if they utilize him correctly. Now, the only thing I'm worried about is when I'm looking at the Patriots depth chart with tight end, you have Jacob Hollister, Steven Anderson, Ryan Izzo, and Matt LaCosse. None of those guys pop out to me whatsoever. And if I look at, right now, who the starters could be for tight end, if you're looking at the depth that they have, I would say Matt LaCosse is your number one tight end right now. And that's a little worrisome. For those of you who are going to say, yo, Martellus Bennett's going to come out, like, we're fine. No, because Martellus Bennett is not coming out of retirement. I already made a video on that. He is staying in retirement. Patriots supposedly aggressively tried to sign tight end Jared Cook. Didn't work out for them, though, as the Saints ended up landing him. There really is no tight ends on the market when it comes to free agency that I'm like, okay, this could be a good signing. And that's what sucks most about Gronk not actually coming out and saying he's retiring till now, is that, yes, it frees up a good amount of money. It frees up about $10 million in cap for the Patriots, but he decided to do this so late that we are how long? We're going into the, about 2 weeks now into free agency. Like, most guys are already off the board. So that money would have to be going to someone that the Patriots would have to acquire by a trade at this point. So if my numbers are correct, as of right now, the Patriots should have about 17 to 18 mil in available cap spending money. But something else that came out that I do not understand is that supposedly Rob Gronkowski signed a contract for a TV/film company before the Super Bowl. So if he did sign that contract, why did he not come out about his retirement till now? Because believe it or not, Gronk waiting to come out of retirement for this long hurt the Patriots in the long run because they lost valuable money at a valuable time. To me, tight end becomes the top need for the Patriots right now. It's not wide receiver. You have Julian Edelman. You have hopefully Josh Gordon. And then you have some potentially nice depth pieces. Now, of course, they do need to keep adding at wide receiver, don't get me wrong. But you look at the tight end depth, and it's worse than the wide receiver depth. So the biggest question for me that popped up when, I heard this is the 2019 NFL Draft. What do the Patriots do? You got some really nice tight ends in this draft. I'm really high on guys like TJ Hawkinson, Noah Fant. But as we all know, those guys very well could not be there by the 32nd pick. So do the Patriots trade up in order to get one of those tight ends? And because of the lack of depth at the free agency board, I'm going to say that is going to be the Patriots' number one need. And that is what I'm going to say they do with their first round pick, is get a tight end. I'm just curious if they wait for 32nd or if they trade up. But that is it for today's video, Pats Nation. Rob Gronkowski has officially retired, and the Patriots are stuck with yet another hole. What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments below. Also, make sure you guys like and subscribe, as it helps me and the channel out very much. But it also helps you because you get your Patriots news and you get it actually right away as long as you have that bell notification on. So make sure you guys turn that on. Make sure you guys share this video with everybody who knows some good Patriots Global family, and other than that, I will catch you guys in another video.